Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Holiday. I'm Amanda.
And I'm James. Thanks for joining us today.
If you're a returning listener, thank you so much for coming back. And if this is your first time listening to English Holiday, welcome to our little corner of the internet where we help you learn English in a casual, easy, and fun way.
That's right. We're not about boring grammar rules or complicated textbooks here. We just chat about interesting topics while helping you pick up natural English along the way.
Exactly. And speaking of helping us out, if you're enjoying the podcast, we'd love it if you could hit that subscribe button. It really helps us grow and reach more English learners around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Every subscription means so much to us. Now, today, we're talking about something that many of our listeners have probably experienced, or hopefully will get to experience soon.
Airport vocabulary. Specifically, we're focusing on phrases and words you need when you're traveling to an English-speaking country for the first time. That moment when you first step off the plane in a new foreign land, and you have to figure out where to go and what to do.
Right, because let's be real here. Airports give a lot of people anxiety and can be pretty overwhelming, especially when you're navigating them in a second language.
Oh, absolutely. I remember my first time flying internationally. I was so nervous about understanding the announcements and knowing what to say, where to go, and how to get through customs properly.
Yeah, me too. So let's start with some basic phrases you'll need from the moment you arrive. When you get off the plane, you'll probably see signs for arrivals and baggage claim.
Right. Arrivals is where you go when you land, and baggage claim is where you pick up your checked luggage. That's the luggage you gave to the airline before getting on the plane.
Exactly. And if you can't find your luggage, you can ask, "Excuse me, where is baggage claim for flight?" And then your flight number.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes your luggage doesn't arrive with you. This happens more often than you'd think. Hopefully, it never happens to you. But in the unfortunate case this does happen, you just need to report it. There is usually a desk nearby the baggage claim. Find them and tell them, "My luggage didn't arrive," or "My bag is missing."
Yeah, that's a good point. They'll usually ask you to describe your bag, so it's helpful to know colors and sizes in English. It's a large black suitcase, or it's a medium blue bag with wheels.
Those are some useful tips, James. Now, after you get your luggage, you'll go through customs. This is where they check what you're bringing into the country. You'll usually see signs for nothing to declare and something to declare.
Nothing to declare just states you don't have anything with you that you need to pay tax on or that's travel restricted, like plants, foods, or insects, etc. Most tourists go through this line.
Exactly, and the customs officer might ask you some questions. Common ones are, what's the purpose of your visit? You can answer tourism, business, or visiting family.
They might also ask, how long are you staying? So you could say 2 weeks, a month, or until next Friday.
And where are you staying? You can say at a hotel, with friends, or give them the name of your hotel if you remember it.
These are usually pretty straightforward questions, but it's good to be prepared. Oh, and here's a tip. Always be polite and patient. Airport staff deal with thousands of people every day.
So true. A simple please and thank you goes a long way. Now, what if you need help finding something? You can ask, "Excuse me, where is," and then whatever you're looking for.
I completely agree. Where is the bathroom, where is the exit, and where is the taxi stand are all super useful phrases.
And if you're going to need transportation, say from the airport to your hotel, you might want to ask for a bus, a train, the subway, or the metro. Different cities use different words to describe different methods of public transportation.
That's a great point. In London, it's the tube. In New York, it's the subway. but public transportation works everywhere.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about money for a second. You might need to exchange currency at the airport. You can ask, "Where can I exchange money?" Or, "Is there an ATM nearby?"
Good thinking. Exchanging money can be confusing, and if you don't know what you're doing or don't understand exchange rates, you can potentially lose money in the process. If you are confused, oftentimes just using your credit or debit card with a major credit provider logo on it will be simpler for you than trying to calculate exchange rates.
Right. Now, James, I'm curious. What's your favorite airport that you've been to and why?
Oh, that's a great question. I'd have to say Singapore Changi Airport. It's just incredible. They have gardens, a waterfall, movie theaters, even a swimming pool.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's more like a mall than an airport. I had a 6-hour layover there once, and I actually enjoyed it. I got a massage, watched a movie, and took a nap in one of their sleeping areas.
That sounds amazing. I can't wait to go there myself. And a layover, by the way, is when you have to wait between flights when you're connecting to another destination.
Good point. What about you, Amanda? What's your favorite airport?
I really love Vancouver International Airport in Canada. It has this beautiful display of Pacific Northwest art and culture. Plus, they have these amazing aquariums throughout the terminal.
Oh, that sounds cool. Aquariums in an airport?
Yeah, it's so relaxing to watch the fish swim around while you're waiting for your flight. And the whole atmosphere is just very calm and welcoming, which I think is perfect for travelers who might be stressed or tired.
That's such a good point. Airports can be really stressful places. There's all the security, the crowds, and the rushing around.
Exactly. And if you're not familiar with the language, it adds another layer of stress. That's why I think it's so important to prepare some basic phrases beforehand.
Absolutely. You know, I remember one time I was in Frankfurt Airport, and I got completely lost trying to find my connecting gate. The airport is huge.
Oh no, what did you do?
Well, I had to ask for help. I found an airport employee and said, "Excuse me, I'm looking for gate B12. Can you help me?" And she was so kind. She not only gave me directions, but also told me there was a shuttle between terminals.
That's great. See, most people are really helpful if you just ask politely. "I'm looking for" is such a useful phrase for travelers.
Definitely. And speaking of gates, let's talk about some more airport vocabulary. Your boarding pass will show your gate number, your seat number, and your boarding time.
Right. Your boarding pass is the ticket granting you access to get on your flight, but boarding refers to the physical act of walking onto the plane. They usually announce when boarding starts, like, "We're now boarding flight 245.
And they often board in groups. You might hear, "We're now boarding Group A," or "First-class passengers may now board."
Exactly. Oh, and here's something that confuses a lot of people: the difference between terminal and gate. A terminal is a big section of the airport, and gates are the specific places where planes park.
That's a great distinction. So you might be in Terminal 2 at Gate C15, and if you're changing planes, you might need to go to a different terminal for your connecting flight.
Right. Speaking of connecting flights, here's a useful phrase: "I have a connecting flight too." This lets people know you're in a hurry and might need special assistance.
That's smart. And if your first flight is delayed and you're worried about missing your connection, you can say, "I'm worried I'll miss my connecting flight."
Good point. Let's talk about some airport emotions and experiences. How do you usually feel about airports, James? Do you love them or hate them?
It's complicated. I love the excitement of travel, but I hate the stress. The long lines for security, the crowds, the expensive food.
The food prices are crazy. A bottle of water costs like $5.
Exactly. But on the positive side, I love people watching in airports. You see people from all over the world, all going on their own adventures.
That's so true. There's something magical about that. And I actually enjoy the duty-free shopping. Duty-free means you don't pay certain taxes on things like perfume, alcohol, and souvenirs.
Right, though sometimes the duty-free prices aren't actually that much cheaper than regular stores, but it's fun to browse when you have time to kill.
Time to kill is a great expression. It means you have extra time and nothing specific to do. Perfect for airport situations.
Speaking of time, let's give our listeners a few more practical phrases before we wrap up. If you're running late, you might need to say, "Excuse me, I have a flight in 30 minutes," to get through crowds.
And if you need information, "Could you please tell me" is always polite. "Could you please tell me what time my flight boards?" Or "Could you please tell me where the nearest restaurant is?"
Perfect! And remember, if you don't understand something, it's totally okay to say, "Could you repeat that, please?" Or, "I'm sorry, could you speak more slowly?"
Absolutely. Most people are understanding when they know you're learning English. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help or clarification. Oh, and before we go, James, I just thought of something else that might be helpful for our listeners. What about when things go wrong at airports?
Oh, that's a very good point. Flight delays and cancellations happen all the time. If your flight is running late due to weather or some other reason, or there are any other last-minute changes, you'll usually hear announcements like Flight 342 to London is delayed by 2 hours, or we apologize for the delay.
Exactly. And if your flight is canceled, you might need to know phrases like, "I need to rebook my flight," or "When is the next available flight?" These situations can be stressful, but being prepared with the right vocabulary really helps.
Absolutely. And here's another tip. Always keep important documents in an easy-to-reach place. Your passport, boarding pass, and any travel insurance information should be handy. You don't want to be digging through your carry-on bag while people are waiting behind you.
That's so smart. And speaking of carry-on bags, that's another important term. Your carry-on is the small bag you take with you onto the plane, while your checked luggage goes in the cargo area below.
Right. And there are usually size restrictions for carry-on bags. If your bag is too big, they might ask you to check it at the gate, which means it goes below the plane, but you get it back when you land, not at baggage claim. All right, everyone. I think that covers the essential airport vocabulary and phrases for your first trip to an English-speaking country.
We hope this episode helps make your airport experience a little less stressful and a lot more confident. Remember, the key is preparation and politeness.
Thanks so much for listening to English Holiday today. We really appreciate you spending your time with us. Sorry, I just tried to do an English accent and I clearly need to work on it.
Please come back next episode for another fun and educational chat. And if you have any topic suggestions for future episodes, we'd love to hear them. Leave us a comment wherever you're listening to this.
Until next time, keep practicing your English, keep exploring the world, and remember, every journey starts with a single step, or in this case, a single flight.
See you next time on English Holiday.